What has contributed to the increase? We're not in an election year or election cycle, which is when you'd expect an increase in such incidents. But what do you think is contributing to that?
It's our political culture that is holding the country behind. Our democracy has matured. Our constitution is robust in many respects, but the political culture is lagging behind, and it's what is making the country to move backward. Every time there is an issue that requires maybe distribution of resources or appointments in government or any other thing, the first line of mobilization is ethnic identity. The second line is people think about excluding others and not bringing them on board. So our political culture is what is creating this temporary state of almost madness in the country, where even a simple thing like, for example, sharing of revenue or issues to do with boundary review, they become a do-or-die thing because people can only mobilize because of their tribe. They can only mobilize because of their region, not on the basis of the ideals that they stand for. But also, I think, for the political class, and I think this is something that needs to be interrogated. Most of them, when have taken the issue of hate speech to be a populism thing. If they want to be re-elected in parliament or in Senate or to be considered by their communities as their heroes, they begin by threatening others. They begin by portraying other communities or other groups as the reasons why their own communities are behaving the way or their conditions are the way they are. And so for some people, it's like child play. But all these things are the ones that usually prepare people for a very dangerous election. I think it's only in Kenya where people fear elections more than even terrorism or violent extremism, because elections here are about me versus them. It's about my tribe versus the other. And sometimes it becomes so cutthroat that we do lose lives, and also other aspects of our society, like business and so forth, go into a standstill. So I still go back to the fact that our political culture and the way we mobilize, the way we perceive others is what is making cases of hate speech to rise. And then, of course, ever since the last election, we've always more or less been in a kind of a continuous election mode. Mm. You remember before COVID came in, there was a lot of movement across the country around the BBI process. People were mobilizing among it because of whether to reject or to accept the BBI thing. So we've been in a sustained state of political mobilization since 2017. And when you're in that kind of state, it is very easy to be tempted to incite, to scare, to intimidate, and so forth.